welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how my labor and delivery went. So basically, I'm going to be doing a labor and delivery story time. It all just happened very, very quick, and baby boy came sooner than expected. So I didn't get to vlog or anything as far as, you know, when I went into labor and all of that. So I'm just going to be sharing my story time with you guys and how things went down. I have some information written on a little notebook right here where I can pretty much tell you guys everything, because the last pregnancy update that I did, I only went up to week 35. So that's pretty much as far as I got. I never got to film another update for you guys. So starting off really quick, 36 weeks 3 days, I started leaking, and I thought it was fluid, but so along with the leaking, I started spotting some really light pink, nothing serious, not enough to fill a panty liner, just started spotting. So that was at 36 weeks and 3 days. 36 weeks 4 days, now being September the 3rd. It was Thursday, September the 3rd. I went to the doctor to get checked because since I did have gestational diabetes, I just am considered high risk. So when I called the doctor and told them that I was leaking and I wasn't sure if baby was just pushing on my bladder or if it was a fluid, he told me to go in right away. So I went in, got checked. It wasn't, they did the little swab and notified me that it wasn't any fluid, that baby was probably just on my bladder. So they went ahead and did a sonogram anyways to double check. The fluid was good, the amount of fluid that was in there, and baby was also doing really, really good. So they sent me on my way, and he expressed that we would probably induce at 38 weeks. So he said, when you come back to your regular appointment to do your non-stress test, we will then talk about induction and set a date for it. So I went on back to work, and when I got out of work, I had some small not contractions, but I had some pressure which started in the afternoon. So that was Thursday. So I dealt with a little bit of pressure Thursday, Friday, and the spotting still continued, and a little bit of like mucus as well, but my mucus plug didn't really come out, as I mean, I never saw it come out. So it was just whenever I would wipe. So TMI, I know you guys, if you clicked on this video, then you're probably wanting to know the labor and delivery story. So for anybody who doesn't, just go ahead and click out. But yeah, I am gonna go ahead and, you know, be as detailed as possible with you guys in this video. So the pressure started Thursday, September the 3rd, Friday, and then I worked Friday all day, and I was fine. The pressure didn't really bother me that much. I am one to have, you know, a pretty high pain tolerance. So Friday when I got out of work, I came home. Me and my husband were still finishing up some remodeling that we were doing here at the house and cleaning, and I felt okay to, you know, be moving around, and it was nothing serious. So come it was a long weekend since it was a Labor Day weekend, so I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So come Saturday, we pretty much are doing the same thing. We are just remodeling, finishing up last minute things, and organizing things here and there, deep cleaning, all that good stuff, when I start feeling some contractions. So I start feeling contractions Saturday really early on in the morning, and the contractions are manageable. It's nothing serious. I'm okay. I'm still walking around. Like I said, my family calls me up and tells me, you know, we're gonna barbecue. You want to come over? So this was already like in the afternoon. I want to say it was like 8 o'clock when we go to the barbecue, and I'm there and I'm still having contractions. I don't really tell anybody. I'm just, you know, dealing with the contractions as they come. They're getting a little bit stronger. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't feel like I need to time them. And then, so that was a Saturday. And then Sunday, September the 6th, the contractions got a lot stronger as like when I woke up Sunday morning. The contractions were a lot stronger. Still, like I said, we were deep cleaning and all that, so I am trying to do what I can, but at this point, I'm moving slowly. I'm not doing a whole lot. My husband is taking care of the, you know, major parts. And it was a Sunday afternoon when we were, you know, like I said, finishing up the last minute things. And my husband had went to Big Lots to see if he could find like a little pantry for the kitchen. And he picked up some chicken. And he said, that way you don't have to cook anything since we just deep cleaned and all of that. How are you feeling? And I'm like, I'm okay. So as soon as he got, I was on the phone with him when he was on his way back home and from town. So I was timing my contractions at this point, and I didn't want to panic him or anything, so I didn't say anything. But basically my app had said, okay, start getting ready, like you still have time, like you don't have to rush to the hospital, but get your bag together, shower, do what you gotta do, and you know, and then head to the hospital. So basically my app told me like, you still got time, like it's not a rush thing, but you know, you need to start heading to the hospital. So when my husband got back, I told my husband, I'm having some contractions, and he's like, really? I was like, yeah. And then he's like, okay. He's like, well, let me eat real quick. I was like, okay. I was like, I'm gonna eat real quick, a little bit, and then I'm gonna jump in the shower and finish gathering the hospital bag. And that's pretty much what I did. I ate a little bit, took a shower, finished gathering our hospital bag, and from that point on, the contractions were coming a lot frequently, and I just kept timing them. And I told my husband, all right, it's time to go. So we went, and when we got to the hospital, they basically put me in an exam room. They examined, you know, they checked me, and they said, oh yeah, you're definitely going to be having a baby today. So you're gonna be admitted. And they, you know, checked the baby's heartbeat, the contractions on the monitor, and all of that. And from there, they went ahead and put us in a room. So that was like at 10:30 p.m. when we were admitted, which was Sunday, September the 6th. And they didn't tell me how far along I was, but from 10:30 p.m. by midnight, I was already at a 10 and ready to have the baby. Unfortunately, baby boy, his head was like sideways, and that's why I was in a lot of pain. My pain was going towards my back. So when we got admitted, I had a lot of back pain. That's pretty much what it was. I could not get comfortable. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't lay down. His like head was sideways. So when he was trying to come down into my pelvis, he wasn't able to, just because he was at a certain angle, which was causing a lot of back pain. And they told me, okay, this is the time that if you want the epidural, this is the time to get it. Originally, I had told myself that I didn't want to get the epidural, but once I was there and they told me that it would probably get a lot more painful, and especially on my back, then just because he needed to still get through the pelvis. So they told me, we suggest that you do get an epidural just because the position that the baby is in, and this is your time to do so. So they went ahead and gave me my epidural, and like I said, by 12 midnight, he was pretty much, I was at a 10 and pretty much ready to go. But since he was angled at an angle, they had to put me in like different positions. So I was literally like with my head down, and I like try to insert pictures, and then I was all the way up sitting in the bed. I was to the side, to my left, to my right, and that's just how it was. I was at a 10 and he was ready to come out, but we just had to get him positioned straight. And And then two, since, you know, we needed to keep his oxygen level and heart rate and all his vitals stable through the process, because he was, you know, freaking out trying to come out. So I was just in all sorts of different little positions, and the epidural did help my back pain a lot. It helped me tremendously, and I was able to get in a few naps. So after midnight, you know, every hour I was just in a different position. I want to say it was like 5 a.m. when they asked the doctor if I could start trying to push. The doctor okayed me to start pushing. It was close to 5 a.m. and the doctor okayed me to start pushing. I was pushing and, you know, just trying to bring him down. And pretty much after a certain amount of time, they went ahead and called the doctor and told them, okay, the baby is having a hard time coming down still, so you are going to need to assist. So as soon as my doctor got to the room, he let me know what was going to happen, that they were going to have to use the vac and assist the baby out. So basically that's how it went down. They did have to use a vac and assist baby boy to come out. At 5:51, baby boy was born. He weighed 6 pounds 11 ounces, and he was 19 inches long. My husband was there, and he was the only one that was able to be there due to the whole COVID-19. At my hospital, they didn't test me, nor did they test my husband. And the procedure was really like pretty simple. They gave my husband like a pass so that he could go in and out of the hospital as he pleased, to either go get food or get what he needed. And every time he, you know, went out and came back in, he just showed his pass. So it wasn't, you know, really difficult, like a really difficult situation. I was kind of nervous about the whole COVID thing, but it was really easygoing. My labor and delivery nurses, they were, of course, the night shift. They were super, super nice, and they helped me so much. I had really awesome nurses. So he was born at 5:51, and they took him to the nursery because one thing that I can tell you guys that I had was I had the chills. Like, I had the shivers so freaking bad, and that like interrupted when I was trying to push, because I was shivering so bad. So that, you know, was a really difficult thing to be experiencing when you're trying to push out a baby. And then immediately after I had him, I got the shivers even like 10 times worse. So I was not able to hold him. My husband was able to hold the baby and cut the umbilical cord and all of that. When baby was born, they did set him on my chest for a little bit while my husband cut the umbilical cord. And then from there, they went and cleaned him and weighed him and all of that. Then my husband got to hold him for a little bit, but he needed to be suctioned. So they suctioned him, and then they're like, okay, we're going to take him to the nursery to check his lungs and all of that and make sure that all the fluid is out. And like I said, I had the shivers, so there was no way that I was able to hold him. And from the nursery, basically, he went into a NICU. His blood sugar was a little bit low. Like I said before, I did have gestational diabetes, so his blood sugar was low. And they took him to NICU due to that situation. I'm not sure what your hospital procedures are when it comes to the blood sugars and all of that, but so they took baby boy to NICU, and they kept him there the entire stay. We were there for one night. So basically we were there all of Monday. We got discharged Tuesday afternoon, but baby boy was in the NICU. Like I said, they didn't take him to our room. His blood sugars were doing good. After the first feeding, his blood sugar was good, but since, you know, it was one thing that they had to watch really closely, they did keep him in the NICU. So basically I rested Monday up until the afternoon. In the afternoon, we went up to the NICU to see the baby, and everything was good. We got to feed him and hold him and all of that good stuff. Then Monday night we did get some rest, some much needed rest. And Tuesday I went up to the NICU and told them, like, okay, so what's the deal? Like, are we going to be able to have him in our room? Am I going to get discharged? When is he going to get discharged? And all of that good stuff. Basically, we had to take a discharge class because from the NICU, you do have to take like CPR and a discharge class. Unfortunately, that class got canceled, but there was quite a few of us, quite a few parents that were supposed to get discharged, so they went ahead and did a class there for us. It was three couples, including us, me and my husband, so it was 2 other couples and us. And we did a class really quick. We watched videos, we practiced CPR, and basically I went back to my room, got my doctor's discharge papers, and my husband started loading everything up, and then we went to the NICU to pick up our baby boy and head home. When we got home, it was such a bittersweet experience. Baby boy met Callie, which I wish I could have recorded, but I was in some pain. Jumping right back to like postpartum and all of that, I did get 5 stitches, so yeah, I was dealing with a little bit of pain at the beginning, but it wasn't too bad. Like I said, my pain tolerance is good. But yeah, so when we got home, he had an appointment with his pediatrician. The pediatrician did send us to get some lab work done, which was Wednesday. No, it was Thursday. He had an appointment Thursday. The pediatrician sent us to go get some lab work. They immediately came back because he was a little bit yellow, so he did have some jaundice and his levels were a little bit high. They were at 18. They told us that we were going to have to go to the other hospital, get admitted to the pediatrician floor, the pediatric floor, and he was going to have to go under the Billy lights. So me and baby boy ended up in the hospital Thursday afternoon, and he did the overnight under the Billy lights. And unfortunately, I could be the only one to stay with him, so my husband wasn't able to be there at the hospital with us, again because of COVID, and it was another hospital. They definitely had different rules. The hospital that we delivered at wasn't accepting any more pediatric patients, so that's why we ended up at a different hospital. But the nurses at the other hospital were really sweet, and they loved baby boy, and they took really good care of us. So that was Thursday afternoon. Friday morning, they checked his levels and let him out of the lights. Like, so he wasn't having to be under the lights anymore. Basically, they told us by after lunchtime that we would have some results, and sure enough, his levels were at a 12. So the pediatrician on call that day at the hospital was like, you can go home and you guys will be set. He shouldn't have to come back. It's very rare that they come back once treated for jaundice. Just, keep him in the sunlight and all that good stuff. So Friday we were finally back home. Friday afternoon, late in the afternoon, we were finally back home. So I didn't get to vlog, and it was such a crazy time, especially with the COVID like procedures and all of that. It's just really hectic, so that's why I wasn't really able to vlog the labor and delivery. And he came sooner than expected. He came at 37 weeks. My induction wasn't really scheduled, but it was supposed to be scheduled at 38. So he was born September the 7th. And yeah, you guys, the week was, like I said, really hectic. And being a first-time mom and adjusting to everything was a little difficult at first because we were in and out of the hospital, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much my labor and delivery story. I don't want to keep you guys any longer. If you have any questions and I just kind of skipped around, I apologize for that. But if you have any questions, comment down below. And yeah, you guys, I'm loving motherhood. It's everything that I imagined and more. This is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed my labor and delivery video. Don't forget to subscribe and like, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell next to it so you get notified every time that I post a new video. I am going to be trying to upload more. So yeah, this is it for now. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.